ecstasy.
Hi,
Everybody, happy Sunday.
happy Sunday. It's so beautiful outside. Okay.
It is beautiful.
It's really nice. So welcome
Welcome.
to another episode of Bravely Fit.
How did this weather make you feel? I know I feel
I felt great.
extra awesome today.
Yeah, as soon as I walked outside, I was like, okay, this is nice.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Wasn't it snowing like a week ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And I remember it was very cold, very frigid because I had to do a scene outside. Yeah, no, it was not fun. It was not fun. And I had to like fall into the snow, so
Oh, no.
yeah.
If I'm uncomfortable, I'm not going to do it.
There was not enough layers that I could be wearing that day.
Okay.
So we have a really great topic for today.
We do. Something
Yeah.
that we both have
Experience yeah.
with body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia.
Should we have we should put the definition.
Yeah, sure.
Body dysmorphia. I'm not that quick with
So,
Google.
well, I already have it.
Okay,
I
good.
have it up. So let's go.
What
there.
is the definition of body dysmorphia?
So body dysmorphia is it's a disorder. It's a mental health condition where a person spends a lot of time worrying about their flaws in their appearance. And in doing this research, I started, well, because, I already feel that I 100% have body dysmorphia. And, somebody will say to me, you don't look anything like the way you did last year. And in my head, I'm like, I'm almost taking it as an insult because I'm getting older. And I'm like, are you trying to age me? And they're like, no, you look different. And I don't see that. When I look at a picture from last year, when I do my before and afters, I think I still look like that.
Right.
And I'll make up excuses as to why the now picture looks better than the last year picture. Like the camera must have had added
yeah.
more
So
filters.
what kind of excuses? Because it's like
There's spandex
It's
in the
like-
clothes. That's why I can wear a size 8. Not because I can actually fit into it, but because there's spandex making it stretchier.
okay.
The mirror is like,
It's angled a certain way.
Angled
That's why
or-
my
or-
butt looks so big.
or how the chemicals that they use to create mirrors.
Oh my God.
Because you know how like those fun mirrors, like they
Yeah.
can make you look super tiny or really big. There's mirrors that exist
Yeah.
like that. I'm like, they're making mirrors like that for people, and that's why I look smaller.
No. You look smaller because you worked hard.
I'm trying to get there.
You're there. You're there. You're there. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is body dysmorphia.
This is body dysmorphia.
So, there's always an opposite,
Yes.
right, to everything. So, reverse body dysmorphia. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Because there are people who think the opposite, where it's like, I look really good. I'm so fit. Wow. And it's like, you don't go out. You don't work out. Okay. It's good that you have that confidence. It's great you have that confidence. I
Right.
love that. Everybody needs to have that confidence. But then in a health-related term,
Yeah.
in a health-related world, that's unhealthy because you think you're fine and your organs could be shutting down, or you could have prediabetes and you don't know because you feel fine, you feel good. And it's like you're riding a very fine line of dangerous kind of territory because you're not taking care of your health because you think you're okay. But that's me in the health aspect. Body dysmorphia, that's how they view themselves. So
Right.
is there a definition for that? I just think it's the opposite of what it is.
The only one that I saw was that, when you were bigger and you don't see yourself as smaller, but there's the opposite in respect to you are actually like bulky and big, but you don't see all the muscles that everybody else sees. So that's where I've seen the
okay.
reverse, not but just to going on what you said, obviously it is
It's a mind thing.
it's super mind thing, but like we agree that obesity is an epidemic. Yes.
Yeah.
So that is something that, even when I was large, that was how I viewed it. I didn't view it as, oh, they're not encompassing larger people. Like, no, I didn't expect to go into my favorite store and find my size. Whereas now, the reverse of what you're talking about, larger people expect it, and it should be, what's the word I'm looking for? Inclusive. It's supposed to be inclusive. That kind of, I agree, is a mental disorder, because instead of looking at their, obesity as a health issue, this is who I am, you're going to accept it, which again goes into the confidence, but at the same time, they're completely bypassing the fact that
it's dangerous.
It's unhealthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now there's, all of these rallies for give me an extra free seat on the airplane, which F you, absolutely not. Like I was not the fat person that was like, I should be able to do this. No, if I want to be able to do this, and I've seen videos where heavy people would be on a plane and be like, I don't have room to put the tray down. This is not inclusive of. I experienced that. I didn't know exactly how that feels. The only difference was I was ashamed of the fact that I let myself get to the point where I couldn't put the tray down, and I had to ask for the extender so that the seatbelt would go around me. I was that person.
Right.
I was not the, why don't you make these seats bigger? Yeah, they are bigger if you want first class.
You got to pay for it.
Yeah, you got to pay for it. Like there's even in Seattle at the beginning of the year, there was this entire fat con.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a thing called that? It's called fat con.
I don't know if it's called fat con.
FATCON.
I don't know if that's the actual name, but yeah, this actually happened. And it's somebody who's trying to have legislation written that, airplane tickets, if you're over a certain weight. And it used to be that if you're over a certain weight, you may not be allowed on the plane because it's just going to cause issue. The same way, you're only allowed a certain amount of pounds and your luggage. So they can have those rules. But when it comes to you not taking care of your body, we have to give you, no, if I have to pay extra just for my luggage to be 5 pounds overweight.
Man.
So yeah.
This is a lot.
I
wasn't prepared for this. This is a lot.
But are we going to get canceled for having that?
No, but no, not at all. It's not a mentality. It's an actual disorder.
Yeah.
We're talking about body dysmorphia. It's actual disorder. There are so many, and I hate saying bigger people, but there are so many people, we have different body types. Mm-hmm. We're not a one size fits all, and there are people that are bigger, right? Bigger, using the air quotes, that are healthy. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm attracted to bigger people. I am very attracted to just the big and just yeah. I like extra meat if it's healthy. I want you as healthy as possible, but yes, the broad chest and just the little little pot belly, and I'm into that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm a little hot.
As long as Mr. Ash is super happy about that.
As long as you're healthy. The only thing that I will always be concerned about is health. Are you healthy? If you're healthy, then it's fine. Mm-hmm. You want to work out? Let's work out. That's good for your cardiovascular health. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to body dysmorphia, right? So I have the issues that I've had, and I sent a picture of, I know Instagram had the 6-year evolution of you. Ooh. And it's from, I want to say 2018 till now. And I decided to put pictures of each time I was working out. And all of the pictures, 6 pictures of me working out. And I sent it. It should be put on the screen soon. And yeah, there it is. So that's 6 years of an evolution of me working out, right? In each of those pictures, besides 2022, because that's when I really, really got into my fitness again, and I stuck with it. Uh-huh. In each of those pictures, I thought I was huge.
Really?
I thought I was huge. I was not happy with myself. I always try to stay covered. I would try to angle my body just so I could look thinner. The one in 2021, I'm covering my stomach because I'm a mother. Sometimes we have the extra skin, the extra pooch. And 2023 was when I accepted, like 2022, I got super lean and I loved it. I felt great, but I was miserable because I was on such a calorie deficit. I wasn't eating. It was only chicken and broccoli. And I was so sick of looking at chicken.
You sure it wasn't the broccoli?
No, it was the
broccoli.
chicken. It's just, I like meat. I like eating. I love to eat. I couldn't eat when I wanted to eat. And that's why I had to get out of that mindset and just accept myself for who I am. And that's where 2023, I feel like it's the happy medium of all of those pictures in one, where it's like, yes, I am a little bigger on my bottom half, which I wanted anyway. You know, I'm not overdoing it, and I'm trying hard to look in the mirror and accept myself for who I am. Because in those pictures, I didn't like who I was. I didn't like my body. I kept looking in the mirror, wasn't happy. Even though where I'm at now, looking at that, none of that looks bad. It's just, it was in my head.
Yeah.
That's body dysmorphia. It's in your head. Like, you have to learn to get out of that mindset where it's like, oh, I'm fat. I don't look good. And that comes from that little voice in our head that our parents put into us, because that's where the criticism starts. Your parents, your friends, and, oh, you're gaining weight. Oh, you're doing this. And I remember oh my goodness, I think I was 12 or 13, that stage where we hit puberty and you rapidly grow. I remember wearing a pair of pants that couldn't zip up, and I just walked in the kitchen to snack on something. And each member of the family were like, oh, are our pants not fitting us? Mind you, it was a pants from 3 years ago. And I hit puberty, you know what I mean? So that kind of stuck in my head, where it's just like, wow, because it was a step parent saying, oh, our pants aren't fitting us. And then the other parent, like, oh, are you okay? Maybe you should start walking and running. You know, so it's just like, and sometimes it's a cultural thing. Where it's like,
I was going to say, I was going to ask if the step parent was.
You have to make sure you look good. Make sure you work out. Make sure you do this. So I've always been into fitness because of criticism. And that criticism stays in your head, and it creates disorders like that, where it's just like, oh my God, I'm so fat. When you're not. You're not.
Yeah.
So I feel like finding the root cause of what caused you to think that way and work on that, so that you can reverse that. Not reverse the whole body dysmorphia and think that you're the greatest thing on earth. You're good. But find that happy medium.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a lot of inner work that you have to do.
So in the same vein, for me, it was, because I went to an all-girls high school, right? And I was an athlete. So when I look back at the pictures that were posted in our yearbook, and, you know, we always thought we were fat in high school.
I think everybody thinks they're fat in high school.
I'm looking at these pictures and I'm like, I wasn't fat. Like, what was in my... And it was because everybody else that I went to school with, we all had different sizes, but there was only like 28 in my graduating class. So there wasn't very much out there for me to be like, okay, there is a wide array and everyone has a different shape. But no, everybody was mostly thin. They were mostly thin girls.
And I feel like around that time too, America was like,
that was
pencil thin. You can't have a big butt, no boobs. Make sure you look like a string bean, and that's model.
Right.
That's
exactly
beautiful.
That was when the icons of the fashion industry were, you know, like, I don't even remember names, but you know what I'm talking about. Linda Evangelista.
I remember the Levi commercials and the jeans and like
they had no shape. Where like size 4 was then, you know, too big.
Yeah.
It needed to be a size 2, and they created like a 0 like that. Before, that's when they created size 0.
Really?
Yeah. And there's like that was goal, and I was like, I would never get.
I don't think I've ever seen
humongous.
0.
I've seen 0 in like a 20, a size 20, a size 10.
I got indigestion.
Oh, shape burpees.
Oh,
That's
man.
a good thing.
Okay. Now, let's talk about healthy weight versus unhealthy weight. Because I feel like body dysmorphia is such a big umbrella, and some people want to gain weight,
Right.
and some people want to lose weight. So there is healthy weight gain where you double your protein, eat more.
Yep.
I think it's every 2 to 3 hours.
See, I'm not sure of the timing. I just know that when you're in bulking, well, everybody has different definitions of bulking.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing it healthy, like how we want to aspire to, it's 3 to 5 meals, and you want to have at least 30 grams of protein, at least, in each meal. So we're talking about, like my daily goal for protein intake is 180 grams, which doesn't seem like a lot until you start counting it. That's a lot of protein.
And that's necessary for muscle growth.
Yes.
Like that's a part of the gaining weight process is the muscle growth. It's not so much gaining weight from eating McDonald's or anything like that. And it's necessary. But so again, I feel like there's a fine line because we watch what we're eating, and then it turns into eating disorder because
it's part of body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
So as I'm doing my research, I'm like, oh no, I'm like I'm like WebMDing
like
myself.
checking off the boxes.
I do that. I
overanalyze the calorie intake.
Yeah. Like so these are the symptoms of it. So you worry a lot about a specific area. And for most people, it's particularly their face. My face, I'm actually really, no, I guess there is, because that was one of my biggest fears. When I had my weight loss surgery, I thought it was going to complete, like the sagging that I have on my other parts of my body, I thought I was going to have that on my face. And I thought it was going to age me even more. Because I was already in my 40s when I had my weight loss surgery. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a little scared of what this is going to look. So that's one of the symptoms. And I never realized, because it's not a big one for me, because that didn't happen to me.
Okay.
But another one, you spend a lot of time comparing your looks with other people's, which I did in high school. It wasn't so much people were telling me, oh, you need to, well, they were. But like the way my ego is, like, if I think I look good, that's all that matters to me. If I'm asking you, how do I look? I'm not asking for your validation. I'm asking you to concur with what I already think.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So if I don't ever ask anybody, how do you think I look? I don't care about their opinion.
I don't care. Wait, what's that song?
Another one is that you look at yourself in mirrors a lot or avoid them altogether.
Ooh, that one hit. I used to avoid, I don't want to cry. I used to avoid pictures, mirrors. I didn't want to look at myself. I couldn't even like crack a real smile for a very long time. A very long time.
It gets hard.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it gets hard to do those before and after pictures. And I'm starting to have to reuse before pictures because I wasn't in any of them. I refuse to be. So
there is that thing on Instagram where it's like, put little you, teenage you. And I'm like, I can't even look for a picture. I had such low self-esteem. I can't find not one picture where I took of myself.
I don't have any either. If it wasn't for, I'm not actually the historian of our family, contrary to popular belief in our world. My cousin Tony is the historian of our family. So the only reason why I can find pictures of myself when I was younger is because she literally has albums upon albums over the decades. Good. Yeah. So that's the only reason why.
I got to do a deep dive.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I avoided. Yeah. And it's like people look at me like, oh, but you're so beautiful. You sure? I'm like, yeah, my head, there's a maze of just a whole lot that I'm still figuring out. That's a part of life. That's why, like, knowing the ins and outs of body dysmorphia is like one of the first steps to kind of get through all of that. That was a good one. That kind of hit me a little bit.
And not only that, we're both Puerto Rican. So we grew up in a culture where, unfortunately, I'm going to say the American Puerto Ricans, not Puerto Rico Puerto Ricans, but the women are very competitive even with their own children. So
don't get me started on that.
Well, so that's part of the problem. Instead of lifting up your daughters, they were making sure that you weren't getting more attention than they were. Whether they realized it or not.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's a very, that's one of those generational type
Super
of
generational
curses that you have to break. And I know that with my child, I try very hard to let her know, like, girl, you are beautiful. Let's do your hair. Let's do this. Even though preteen, she's, I don't know anything and I can't do anything.
Nope. You don't know.
Yeah, but that's definitely a generational thing to kind of instill in your children. You're not good enough. do more, do better.
And it sucks too, because when I got to meet my family in Puerto Rico, which by the way, I didn't get raised by them. So it's not like they knew me my entire life. I literally got to meet them as an adult. And they make me feel more loved. And oh God, like my family would kill me if I were about to say this, the one that's out here.
But it's your truth.
It's my truth.
Yeah.
They show me more love and adoration in the short time that I physically have gotten to know them than my entire life spent with the family out here.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It does. And again, it creates that inner critic where it manifests the body dysmorphia, because in our heads, it's never enough. So it's like I didn't expect for this episode to get so deep, but this is the reality of it. It's very true. It's very real. And it's something that we work on a daily through fitness, you know, and I feel like that's what impacted a big part of the fitness journey. But now it's like, do you think that there are moments where we work out too much to try and work out that little voice in our head and to compensate? Yeah.
100%. Like I know for a fact I do. And I mean, all jovial banter aside, you know, there's all these memes and stuff that says, you know, you become a gym rat when you feel worse about not working out than, you know, going to work out. But it's a true thing. Like I have to get the okay from my coach to say it's okay. That when's the last time you took a rest day?
Right.
You know, it's okay to do that. And I remember saying that, I was like, I'm not at your level, so I'm not taking a rest day yet. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of mentality.
Meanwhile, it takes years to get to that level.
Yeah.
Years. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he competes and it's like I'm not. Like,
so how do you think it affects your fitness goals? How does body dysmorphia and reverse body dysmorphia, because I feel like we're always like opposites sometimes. How do you feel like it affects your fitness goals?
Also now. Well,
now,
by the way, it completely evolves into something else.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're larger, it's obviously easier to lose weight because there's more to lose.
Yes, and then you hit that plateau.
I've literally been within the same 10 pounds for a whole year, and I just posted that. But the change in appearance is so drastic, and it's only 10 pounds. So yeah, I feel like, and you know, I've discussed this with my coach. He's like, I don't think you've hit a plateau because your body is still changing. It's because I'm so encompassed by that number on the scale that my body dysmorphia won't allow me to be like, okay, I even post it. I post it. I can see it, but it just has become more difficult. And now I'm like, how do I tweak this?
Right.
Because I want that number on the scale to drop too.
My number on the scale went up.
Did it? But it was your birthday.
Yeah, so but this is a part where it's just like it's okay. So I did gain 10 pounds. Okay, so for those who don't know, I have an autoimmune disease. So there are moments where I will get some sort of flare up and my joints will hurt, my back will hurt. It's just a lot of pain, right? So with lupus, it's a lot of pain in your joints. You can't move, you're tired. And there is no, like, there are coaches out there that's like, oh, fight through that, fight through that. I can't.
And you don't take medication.
So yeah, I try a more holistic approach. It has worked for me for years. I was diagnosed at 21 years old. I am 33. And the holistic approach was more beneficial for me than being put on steroids and anti-inflammatories and just all that medicine. I think about my liver, you know, and I like to drink. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. So I did my homework. I went to so many classes and I have so many certifications for just everything health related, spiritual related, because it does go hand in hand.
I've seen the binder.
Yeah. Yeah. My binder of certifications. Yeah. And I feel like mental health works into fitness, spiritual, like it all kind of combines together. Like it's not just one thing. It's like, think of it like a pie, and it's just different pieces of that pie of the things that you have to have. And you have to know when your brain needs that break, because sometimes I do feel down about myself when I have a flare up, because it's like I am young and I don't get to do what young people do. And that's why everybody says I have an old soul. And it's because of that.
I want to make a joke.
I know. She makes fun of me because I have Martha Stewart pants. And I love my Martha Stewart pants. And yes, I shop at Kohl's. Because Kohl's is like a mini mall. Like, I love Kohl's. So, yes, I have an old soul. I love Kohl's. Anyway.
You have a Kohl's wallet on your phone.
I have the Kohl's wallet. Kohl's app on my phone, and I have points. Okay, it's like $40 one time. All right, because of my Kohl's cash. They need to I need to be sponsored by Kohl's.
Yeah, you do. 100%, you do.
So yeah, back to I gained 10 pounds because I had to take the 2 weeks off. I didn't want to watch what I was eating. I just wanted to enjoy my birthday and just it is what it is, and. I don't know. I think when I went to the doctor's office to check out my back, because I was getting worried that instead of muscle pain, it was kidney pain. So I had to do the whole blood panel, all of that, right? And I actually have a side story that I should share because it's when I tell you it works into fitness, working out has saved my life, literally. So I got my blood work done, and from that, you have to jump on the scale, and I'm looking at it like, oh. Is this inflammation from the autoimmune? Is this inflammation from drinking? But it was 10 pounds is 10 pounds. And in a matter of 2 weeks, that's a lot. So I'm hoping it was from the whole autoimmune thing.
100%. We know from our studying that it would take you 3,500 calories on top of what you're supposed to eat a day. Yeah, you weren't eating. You didn't eat. What is it?
I was in bed with noodles.
3,500. 3,500 times 7. You would have to eat over 20,000 calories extra of what you're supposed to eat just to gain 5 pounds.
That's the good part of body dysmorphia, is that she knows calculations of calories.
Yeah. Okay. So another tick. I have body dysmorphia.
But yeah, working out literally saved my life. We just discovered from the blood work that I just did that I have a clotting factor. Oh, no. And I've had it my entire life. And I remember last year, I wasn't drinking at all. Right. Always working out. Always. I have always worked out. I think I don't take more than a year break. I have always worked out since childhood. And the clotting factor. So because I worked out, that's cardiovascular health. So my heart's pumping, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I've never really stayed stagnant like that. But the year that I stopped drinking, and this is not to tell people go drink because it's going to save your life or whatever. That's not the case. It's just in my situation. The year that I stopped drinking, it was about 8 months. I was getting chest pains. And I thought it was panic attacks.
Yeah,
I know you remember. That. I'm like, but in my head, I feel fine.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
But my chest it feel like somebody would grab it and just squeeze, and I couldn't breathe. So I'm like, oh, what's going on? This is scary. My husband's like, go out with some friends, go have a drink, go relax. The first time that I did it, right, I went out, had one drink, hung out with friends, danced all night. I felt fine the next day. I'm like, oh my God, it worked. It worked. So you know what? Maybe I am stressed. So then again, didn't drink. Chest pains would keep coming. I was under a lot of stress at that time because I was doing a different podcast, and it was just a lot of highs and lows. And when I tell you the chest pains are so brutal, I really, those were the worst panic attacks. Well, I'm thinking panic attacks of my life. In reality, I have a clotting disorder. My heart's pumping more than it needs to, and it was having trouble. And working out was keeping me stable enough. So I think back to, it's something that I've always had, is always shown up in blood work. I was the one that caught it because I took the blood work that I recently had, highlighted everything, went way back, because LabCorp has all your history, brought it up to the doctor, and it's there. And it's wild because my children, and that was one of the big deciding factors on, yes, it's this disorder, because you clot up when you're pregnant, you clot up, and the fetus kind of dispels itself, so you miscarry. My son is my 8th pregnancy. I had to get put on medication to have my children. Yeah. So my children are literal miracle children because I could have died at any point. They could have just, miscarried or had been stillborn. But because I've always been active, I've kind of coasted by without anybody catching it. So it's scary because I think about so many different things, having surgery, it's just scary. All the things that could have happened, and blood clots, they cause aneurysms, they cause stroke, heart attacks. Like there's so many things that can happen, and we shouldn't think about the what if. But that was like a very real thing that I was just like, whoa, that's scary. And thank God that I am into fitness, because that's literally what saved my life. And drinking helped a little bit. Because the year that I stopped, that's what tied everything together. The year that I stopped drinking thins out your blood.
Well, right, exactly. So it's blood thinner. Exactly. Yeah. So, but I think it's interesting that fitness is incorporated in that. So I also have an autoimmune. But for me, I was on the medication. And hold on, I feel like I'm going to burp now. So I was on medication for it. But it's so rare that the medication, I'm kind of like a guinea pig. Less than 1% of the entire population of the planet has been diagnosed with this autoimmune. It's called VKH. And when I tell you the steroids I was on a very low dosage of chemo medication. Like not the chemotherapy, but like the
it's like a tablet.
Form. Yeah. I forgot what it's called, because that's how long it's been that I had to take it. Once I started committing to this fitness journey back in 2022, I have not had a flare up. And a flare up for me is my retina start to detach and I go blind.
That's scary.
Yeah. That's how I was diagnosed. I went blind for a week for no reason. And because there's
we're gassy today.
Super gassy. That's okay. That's a good thing. At least it's not coming out the other end.
Oh no.
So I completely 100% agree with you that the fitness aspect of my journey has allowed my body not to attack itself. And I have slowed down with the drinking. Like I drank last week for the first time in a while, like drank. I have not been that sick in years.
Nice little hangover.
Oh my God. I don't even know. So like, you asked me like, how did you drive? I was like, no, I was fine. I was driving fine.
No, it's when you get home and it's like just when the room starts spitting, it's like, whoo, help me.
I haven't done that in years.
Oh boy. But
I wonder how many people out there know that they have an autoimmune.
I don't know. A lot of people don't advocate for their health as they should. And it's scary because there are people in their 30s that have heart attacks. And it's like, had you done your due diligence and gone to the doctor and make sure that you're good, things like that would not have happened.
But you even found for yourself that you have to advocate.
You have to advocate for yourself. Yes, you have to. And I learned that through my children. My children, they have, they unlocked a different part of me as a parent, and as just me advocating for myself, because nobody's going to care as much as you do.
Right.
And you have to make them see, like, no, this is what's going on and I want to answer. I don't want to cover up. I don't want you to give me a medicine and say, take this and it'll take away the inflammation. No, I want to know why. Tell me why. Figure out why. Don't just pump me up with pillows and just say, okay, go home. Not good enough for me. It's not good enough.
I love how yin and yang we are, because I am very much an advocate for medication, because like these things were researched and this is what could help prolong. Now, whether or not we should be prolonging our life is a different conversation, because our life expectancy keeps growing, and it's not because of health-wise, it's because of medication. That's,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I definitely, my dad was a pharmacist, so I'm a proponent for,
And I'm like everything natural, holistic, herbal. Like, you have to see the teas that I have at home. There's a cure for everything.
Jinx. But, I feel like these things were created. It just sucks that they have to be chemically manufactured.
Right.
They are based on natural things. It's just that they have to
alter it.
Yeah. I'm not a medical person at all. I'm just saying I think that, in medicine, Western medicine obviously is different than Eastern.
Yeah, I'm on a different kick. Everything with me is spiritual. It's herbal. It's just because I do feel like sound healing is a thing. I feel like it works. Meditation, quieting your mind, all of that. I am a sound healer. I am a Reiki master. I am one with nature. I believe Mother Nature has a cure for everything. I read so much. I read so many books. Like there's one book called Miracle Cures from the Bible, and it's all herbs. So it's, and you know, and medicine mimics what herbs do. You just have to find the right concoction.
Right. It's just a shame that the healthcare industry has become
It turned into a money market.
Yeah. Wait, did you hear that the day that all our cell phones went out?
Recently?
Yeah. This was like last week. Like everybody's phones was on SOS because it just, you weren't.
See, I stay away from my phone so much that I didn't even notice this.
So there was, and I remember texting, I'm like, it wasn't going through. You know how it says delivered at that? It wasn't. I was like, do you have your phone off? Are you ignoring? Like I texted this.
A little psycho rant.
But I don't like being ignored. But it was because all the cell phone carriers just had an issue. That same day, our healthcare, whatever, you know, system, like prescriptions are really bad right now because it got hacked by the Russians. Like, this is real. This is my conspiracy theory. So, wait, Mark was laughing at me.
Sorry, because he called my jaw wide open. Like, what?
Russians. Wait, we're Googling this.
By dysmorphia.
Oh, I know. It's super. Well, because we were talking about healthcare, I can reel it all back. So the Russian.
Oh my goodness.
No, not Russia.
I know my Instagram is banned in Russia.
I know a lot of my posts are too. Hacks.
Oh boy. Well, I had no idea. I try to stay off my phone. I have clients text me at all times of the hour. It's always the same message. It drives me crazy. So I take time. Whenever I'm home, my phone is in a corner and I'm with my family.
Cyber attack on United Health still impacting prescription access.
It's still
yeah, because I don't know what they did. I didn't read into why they were trying to get our information through our healthcare system, but
oh boy,
yeah.
Can you imagine somebody with my social and a Russian name?
Marv said he could. Okay, boy. Sorry. So yeah, that was a little sidetrack. I do that on a regular. You're welcome.
Oh man.
But
so all right, body dysmorphia, right?
Body dysmorphia.
So let's talk about coping strategies and support.
I don't know if there's, like, from what I was reading, there's literally, it's a mental disorder. So they're saying either go see a therapist or there's medication for it.
No.
And the third option is seeing a therapist and having medication at the same time.
Okay.
It's literally. So
does that mean we need to be medicated?
Oh my God, I think we should all be medicated at all times.
Oh, that's not okay. There's a T for that.
I wonder. Well, there's your homework. You got to figure out if there's a T for body dysmorphia, because they say it. You know, they usually put you on an antidepressant.
I didn't know that. So I feel like all right, if I could see it, Let me just reel it back a little bit. Whatever helps you, whatever. I don't want to say gets the job done, but whatever best supports your mindset into being okay and being loving towards yourself. It starts with self-love and learning that, you know, you're enough, whether you're big or small, or you think you're big or small. It also goes into like our image. Like if you think you're ugly or beautiful, like it's not, you got to fix that. So definitely, I always advocate for therapy, knowing the right therapist to get. Because
that's the difficult part.
That's the difficult part. We're all not going to mesh well. It's not a one size fits all, you know. So you meet one, you don't like them. That doesn't mean you stop looking.
Right, exactly. Keep looking.
It's like dating. It's like dating. You got to see who works well with you. Sometimes it is best to get your opposite, just so they can push through that barrier with the opposite way of thinking. Right? Like it's just you got to change the perspective. Yeah, I'm always an advocate for therapy. I think therapy is great. Medication, not so much. I'm not. I personally, because I have health issues that I work through, I feel like a natural approach is always the best way for me, because I have been medicated before, and I felt like that year, both of my children were very small. My daughter turned 2 when I was 8 months pregnant, so my kids were back to back. That was hard. Breastfeeding, and just having to change 2 diapers, and I couldn't go to work, so I was home all day. You don't have anybody to talk to. You're trapped in your brain. So that I went on medication because I had a hard time during that time for a year, because I had to figure myself out again. Mm-hmm. And then I got off, and then the coping strategies that I worked through and that I kind of figured out for myself, that kind of stayed with me. Mm-hmm. So medication is great. Just don't make it your one cure all. Mm-hmm. My belief. This isn't medical advice. This
disclaimer, we are not medical professionals at all.
It's just, these are our own experiences, and what we went through, and everybody's different. But coping strategies, for those who don't like to look in the mirror, make yourself uncomfortable and sit in front of the mirror. Yeah. Look at yourself naked. I think it's great. I love walking out from the shower and just like...
Yeah, that's not happening over here.
Do a little twirl. And I go to my husband like, hey, you like it? Be playful with yourself. And just, it's one day we're going to look back and just be like, wow, I didn't know what I was missing. I was so beautiful. And that happened to me. There was one picture I saw when I was younger, and I had minimal makeup on. I remember very clearly. It was my baby shower for my son. And I was beautiful. And I was just like, whoa, I looked really good. But I didn't think so at that time.
That sucks.
So it was just like, man, I wish I took more pictures. Mm-hmm. And it's just, now I do. But we age. We age.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's commenting.
Hi, Mina.
Mina.
The
Mina's
super spicy.
She says she copes with devil's lettuce and a good dancing playlist.
That is great. Let me tell you something.
It's natural.
To vibe by yourself. Yeah, it's herbal. To vibe by yourself in your living room, wearing a pair of panties and a t-shirt and just dancing, that's therapy.
Like Risky Business style? Sliding into the
that's therapy.
Frame
That's
with your
great. Do a little twirl. Ooh, yeah, I need a night like that. That's on a to-do list. That's great. That's good. That's a good one.
I have a question for you, because you made a really good point about the fact that, we change. Mm-hmm. And obviously, from a biological perspective, every 7 years, our bodies change.
Yes. That's actually a really good fact. Like everything, our cells,
yes,
our cycles,
right,
hair, everything changes every 7 years.
And as we age, our cell regeneration slows down, which is why right now I'm about to go into my 7th year again.
Okay.
So I'll be 49 this year. So this is my 7th year. And what was the one thing that I've been noticing the most recently?
Your skin.
My skin is not. So it's not regenerating as well. So we've been talking about facials. But do you think it's a body dysmorphia symptom when people are like, I could do this again. I lost all the weight 2 years ago. I can do this again now, but it's not working because they're stuck in that other mindset and not understanding that their body is changing.
Yeah.
Even if it was only a 2-year difference, because every 7 years, our bodies change.
Yeah, I've been around a lot of people actually that they lose themselves and they feel like, oh, I did it before, I could do it again, not realizing.
Doing the exact same thing. I did it this way, I can do it again that way. It's going to work. It worked then. Mm-mm. But it's not.
That's the thing with evolution. It changes. Everything changes. Yeah. No, I've seen a few people that think that they could bounce back when it's just like, it doesn't work like that. No. After, I forgot the age, but your muscles start to deteriorate. Mm-hmm. Deteriorate. Ugh, say it.
Deteriorate.
There you go. They got tongue-tied. So it's not going to be as easy, and you have to work out twice as hard to maintain what you do have. Mm-hmm. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know,
He
he's an
still
icon.
works out
He still works out, but does he look
religiously.
like he did when he was in his 30s? Absolutely not.
No.
You know, and there's the other famous bodybuilder. What's his name? Ooh, I'm going to get crap for this because, I forgot his name. Jacob's going to kill me. So
That you forgot his name?
Yes, because we watched his documentary, everything. He had a heart transplant. He had to have his muscles removed because they were weighing so heavy on him. He still looks good. He still works out. I'm so mad I forgot his name.
All right, I'm like,
very famous, very well known, very hard life. So you know, working out is what was his kind of mental health outlet, which is for a lot of us. It's not just to look good. It's to silence your mind and just get into a zone. Are you looking for his name?
Yeah.
No, it's not Sylvester Stallone.
Oh my God, that
I love him.
I was not prepared to hear his voice.
No,
It startled me. Is it C.T. Fletcher?
Yes. I forgot about.
So C.T.
Forgive me, all the workout people who just. I know that's a big one. No, it's a big one. He is very well known.
He's a 3-time world bench press champion and 3-time world strict curl champion.
He's dope. His story, when I tell you, watch the documentary. Again, I don't know the name of it. I have so many apps open in my brain that I can't go back that far. But his story is phenomenal.
So in 2005, he underwent life-saving open heart surgery, and he revealed that he had suffered another heart attack in 2017 and was hoping to get on the waiting list for a heart transplant. In 2018, he announced that a heart had been found for him, and then he underwent that 11-hour surgery for that. Wow.
Yeah, so I've watched his
and
Instagram.
This is a bodybuilder. Like
yeah.
I just told you 6 different world championships that he won, and he still needed a heart transplant.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, he's so well known.
Powerlifting. CT. Oh, we got comments? Oh, wait. I'm so not used to the comments.
We're both
okay. Yeah, we're both blind. But you had surgery, so she can see.
Oh, yeah, I had the LASIK eye surgery.
So what is
Mina said at her age, like Meryl Streep, her in The Devil Wears Prada showed a different side to an older woman. It was giving baddie. Yes. Absolutely.
I love
chic
that.
Baddie.
I want to emulate Anna Wintour. That's who.
I don't have anybody. I watch cartoons. I don't watch movies.
Oh, you've never seen? We have to have a girls' night and watch Devil's Wear Prada.
No, that I've seen.
Oh, okay. That is my favorite. I could put that on replay all day, every day.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so there's more symptoms of. Oh, okay. Let's talk. Yeah. So video. This to me. Okay. So this is from The Little Mermaid.
We have a video.
Yes, and it's a clip. So it's not necessarily about body dysmorphia, but it is the perfect visual representation of what it feels like.
Yes.
So if it's ready, we'll put that up for you. Oh my gosh.
The sea witch. Oh no. She's gonna. I got it.
That is 100% what it's like. Like, I know. I can see it in pictures that this is what I look like now. But when I look in the mirror, I still see who I was a year ago, 2 years ago.
Right.
I no longer. So where I have improved, I no longer see myself the way I was pre-weight loss surgery. I know I'm not there anymore.
I know we used to have these lengthy conversations where I'm telling you, you could throw out your clothes, donate them.
I just did it for the first. I had surgery in 2016. I literally just this past year put a whole bag together, and I still have more. I still have more.
And it's a thing because it took Sally a very long time.
Super long time.
Very long time to just be okay with. I'm not going to ever fit this again.
Yeah.
And it's that part. We save clothes thinking like, oh, I might fit this because, we automatically put in our head that we're going to gain weight again. And it's, no, you worked hard. Go donate it.
I did.
And just, continue.
Yeah. But then my closet's going to be empty because I literally have bought like maybe 10 pieces in the past year.
Yeah. That's a different side of body dysmorphia, where it's just like, oh.
I have a
You
favorite.
think you're one size,
Yeah.
you go into the dressing room and it's like, oh, this is big.
Yeah.
You know? And then people with reverse body dysmorphia think that they're a size 2, go into the dressing room and can't put it past their booty.
Can we talk about that, please?
What?
People who do that, who dress. For me, dressing well is a form of good manners. Like, I believe that wholeheartedly. And I'm not saying you don't, confidence is not how scantily dressed. You know what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with that. If that's how you feel confident, if you don't have to dress that way in order to feel confident or sexy, you know what I'm saying? But there are people who, in my opinion, shouldn't be in a bikini. And this goes back to, that the fat con stuff, and like the inclusivity does not.
So, okay. So bikini, I feel like whatever you're comfortable in, right? My thing is going to a business party and not dressing appropriate to that event. We understand.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it. This is me in my head. It's a personal thing that I've seen, where it's great you lost weight. It's great that you feel good about yourself. It's great that you had your surgery. You don't have to announce it every time you go out. This one person, she wore something that was meant for like a nightclub to a business event, and like I had secondhand embarrassment. I was like, girl, like that's not appropriate. Like the low cut shirt with no bra on, you could see just like the extra everything, and it wasn't like, for me it was embarrassing because I'm like, this is a professional event, a professional setting. I think knowing when speaks more than it's
but at least
being
that
appropriate.
But at least that person had already started the process of and just we've had the conversation. I believe it was on our second episode how like some people who lose weight, they automatically think that
they could fit everything.
Yeah, they're hot. SHIT. I just want to comment. I am very proud of us, and we did not have
one ding
today. But I'm talking about even pre that, like back to like how people feel that they should be inclusive at whatever weight that they are. So if you're a size 20, just because of how society has become, just because there's a size 20 bikini out there doesn't mean that you should be wearing it.
No, that's not nice.
Absolutely not.
So Sally and I are very opposite.
Super opposite.
So I'm gonna go against the grain a lot.
Me too.
No, so I think it's just which event is it appropriate?
No, I agree. With that.
So
if they're at the beach,
if they're at a beach,
okay
if they want to wear a
size
bikini,
20.
yes.
I mean,
there's nude beaches. I will let it all hang out. Like, but this is what you're getting.
Different story. But I go back to being heavy should not be something that you are proud of.
Okay.
That should be something.
Being unhealthy. Because heavy is one, unhealthy is another. There's healthy weight.
Being morbidly obese.
Okay.
And eating 2 quarter pounders and a large fry and then getting a Diet Coke.
Sweet iced tea.
Yeah. But no, what kills me is when they order the Diet Coke.
That's sugar. So from my understanding, Diet Cokes are for people with diabetes. It's a substitute sugar. So they can't drink a regular Coke because it's going to raise your blood. I mean, obviously the quarter pounders are going to raise your sugar, but the Diet Coke is just, it levels it out just a little bit.
Oh my God. No, it doesn't.
Don't drink soda. We are not endorsing soda. Do not drink soda. It's bad for you.
Endorse soda.
No.
Diet soda all the way.
The carbonation is going to mess your stomach up.
I need that.
No. I am burping.
So
that is why I drink a Sprite this
Wait, a diet Sprite at least?
No.
See?
You have to take medicine real fast. I'm like, I have to go. So I just kind of like, you know how you open up the 2 liter, just drink the pills real quick? Yeah. Whoopsies.
So we're a fan of this big influencer on TikTok.
Yes,
and
he's funny. Nutrition narc.
Yes, the nutrition narc. His name is Blake, and he
loves diet soda.
Yes, I sent him a message one day. I tagged him in, and he's like, I missed it. What diet soda did you have today? I was minus Diet Dr. Pepper. That's my favorite.
We don't drink soda.
Yeah. She doesn't drink soda.
No. So bad. My kids know it's banned in the house.
I only have the mini cans, by the way.
Okay.
To me, it's just that I need that little bit
little
of
sip.
Yeah.
The 2 gulps.
Yeah. I have those cute little mini cans.
Oh man.
Okay. So all right.
So what are the key points of body dysmorphia, right? It's in our heads. Therapy is the best route to go. Dance in front of your mirror naked. Figure out what's going to make you feel good.
Yeah.
And
talk to people about it.
Talk to people.
I
think vulnerability is one of the... It's so controversial because there are people that take advantage of your vulnerabilities and there's other people who want to help you with them. So knowing your circle and don't listen to criticism. I teach my daughter all the time. It's nobody's business to speak about your body. You know, and if anybody has a comment to say about anything, you tell them, mind your business when it comes to my body. As I don't care how disrespectful it sounds, you have every right to tell them, do not comment about how my body looks.
I love that because to anybody.
Yeah, anybody. I don't
too.
care if it's grandparents, if it's aunts, uncles, friends, teachers.
I was going to say, could you imagine?
Comment about my body.
I agree with you 100%.
So I feel like that little inner critic in your head, punch it. Visualize yourself punching it and shutting it up because I feel like our inner, like in our mind, that's our worst enemy sometimes.
100%. So that definitely...
and our minds are powerful.
Yeah,
so.
and the symptoms could become so severe that, and you don't even realize it. Like, yes, I say I have body dysmorphia, but doing this research, I'm like, no, 100% I do, even down to the calorie counting. So getting that
there's a balance.
Yeah, speaking to someone who is prepared to be able to handle this type of a disorder, I think is super beneficial.
Right.
Yes, I will be looking into
a
BDD therapist.
I just want to encourage everybody to prioritize mental health, physical health, spiritual health, whatever health means to you. Prioritize it and just, move your body. Move your body because that's, you have the happy chemicals that come out in your brain when 100%. You do move your body and work out. And, a physical fitness journey, it's only going to benefit you even when you don't know it. Like with my experience, I've always worked out for mental health, but long term, now in my 30s, I discovered that it saved my life. And that's, thank God, but that's a scary thing.
I want to leave off with this. There was an interview that I saw with a UFC fighter, and someone asked him, what do you think is more important, physical health or mental health?
Mental.
And actually, he said, physical. That becomes the foundation.
It is.
I take it back. You said it. Yeah, you just said it. The serotonin that's released in your body when you're physically active and improving your health then translates into the mental health as well.
Right.
So
that's great.
Get in the gym, everybody.
Yes. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody who tuned in, who had comments.
We did.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yep.
Leave us more comments.
Yep. Tell us what you think and tell us what you want to hear about.
Yeah.
All right.
Take the next episode. Like, what do you want to hear next?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I mean, we talk all the time, so we have plenty of stuff we want to talk about, but what do you want to hear about?
Yes.
Let us know.
All right.
Thank you.
There you have it. Thank you, guys. This has been another episode of Bravely Fits. We will catch you guys next time.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do it.
Bye.